Hi everyone, and welcome to another Craft Time at the Archives. Have you ever wondered how pioneers got around before they had cars? Well, they usually had to ride a horse and travel by horse and buggy, or sometimes they would travel by covered wagon. You might have seen a covered wagon if you've ever been to a pioneer village or an historical museum somewhere in North America. So these wagons were used by early settlers in the early to mid-1800s. They would usually travel across the ocean to North America with their families and their belongings, and then they would take a covered wagon and they would travel across land to where their new plot of land or their new farm was. They had to keep all of their belongings, their furniture, and everything inside of these wagons, and they had them covered so that the elements or the weather and the rain and that sort of thing wouldn't ruin their food, their furniture, and it also kept them and their families dry. So today we are going to make our own version of a mini covered wagon. It wasn't the most comfortable type of transportation. A lot of the roads would have been very bumpy. There wasn't any paved roads at that time, but it's what they had to travel in at the time. So to make our little covered wagon today, we're going to need popsicle sticks. So I've got a pile of popsicle sticks here to make the frame of the wagon. We're also going to need some cardboard for the wheels, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And for the very top of the wagon, you'll need a piece of construction paper. Now I used a light colored, tan color construction paper because that was usually the color covered wagons had on the top. But you can use any color you'd like. You could even do a purple one or a green one if you'd like at home. Now to put everything together, we will need to use hot glue. So I have my hot glue gun here, or you will need to use wood glue. So because we're using these type of glues, and hot glue can be very dangerous because it is hot, you will need an adult's help to make your wagon today. So let's get started. All right, so to start off, you'll need 4 popsicle sticks. So we're making the base of the wagon. So we're going to put the popsicle sticks in a square. So 2 like this, and then a popsicle stick on one side, another popsicle stick on top on the other side. So you're going to glue all of these popsicle sticks together in this square. So I'm going to do that step now. All right, so I've glued all the ends of my popsicle sticks together to make this kind of picture frame type shape. So now what we have to do is take popsicle sticks and glue them all along the gap here. So all in a row like this. So I'm going to put a piece of glue here and a piece of glue here, and then I will place my sticks and let them glue down until it's all filled up like so. And if there's little gaps because your popsicle sticks don't line up perfectly, that's totally fine. Wagons back then wouldn't have been perfect anyways. And then once it's filled up and all glued down, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now we have the bottom of our wagon all ready to go and glued down. Now we need to start working on the sides. So I'm going to take one popsicle stick and glue it here, another one and glue it on this side, another one on this side, and on this side as well. So I will do that now so you can see what it should look like. So I have my 4 popsicle sticks, 2 on each side of the base of the wagon. So it looks like this. Now we need to do the sides. So if you look on the inside of the one I've already done, you can see that there are 3 popsicle sticks along each side. So that's what I'm going to do again. So we'll need to put a little bit of glue here and a little glue here on each side. And then we'll do 3 like so, until you have 3 going across on one side, and then you'll do 3 on the other side as well. Okay, so the next step is to make the actual wheels. So we have our frame all ready to go and glued together. So to make the wheels, you'll need a piece of cardboard for 4 wheels and something circular to use to trace the wheels out. So you want the circle to be about 5 centimeters across in width. So I'm just using this little glass here and I'm taking a pencil and I'm just tracing around the bottom of this glass. To make my circle. And now I'm going to cut this out and then using an X-Acto knife or a small knife like this, I'm going to cut a hole in the middle of my wheel. You're going to do that for each wheel. That way we can put popsicle sticks through the center. So make sure you ask an adult for help when you're doing that. So now we need some popsicle sticks on the front and back of the wagon frame so the wheels can stick on. So what I've done is I glued 2 popsicle sticks to the front of the wagon. So one down first and then another one on top, like you can see here, they're overlapping. And I made sure there was an overhang on each side so the wheel can stick on. And then I've done the same on the back. And you can see this one's a little crooked, which is fine as long as you can glue it firmly down on each side with the overhang like that. So this allows you to just stick the wheels on. Like this, and then your wagon will stand up. Okay, so we've come to the last part of our wagon, the covered top. So what we want to do is measure between the 2 popsicle sticks that are sticking up on each side. So I'm going to take a ruler, and that's about 9 centimeters, and I'm going to add 3 centimeters onto that. So about 12, you can add a little bit extra, 12 and a half. So that's how wide you want your piece of construction paper to be that folds over top. So getting a piece of construction paper lengthwise, you're going to draw a line using your ruler. So you're going to measure about 12 centimeters, 12 and a half centimeters across, whatever the number is for your wagon. And then you will put a mark on either side of the paper like I've already done, and then draw a line down lengthwise. And then you will cut your paper along the line and you'll end up with a long piece of paper like this. Like I said, you want to do the line lengthwise so you have enough to cover the whole wagon. So once you have your top ready to go, you're going to fit it over top the sides like so, and you're going to put a little bit of glue on the popsicle sticks and glue the sides down. So you probably only need to do a bit of glue on the bottom of the popsicle sticks on each side. So I'll do that now and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. So we've got the top on our covered wagon and the wagon is all ready to go. So this is a craft you could do at home with your parents or in class with your teacher at school. And like I said, make sure you ask an adult to help you with this project because you will be using hot glue or wood glue. So have fun and thank you for joining us.